Welcome to the hot seat with Mr. White with another video Diddy's son reveals how Diddy gay parties ruined his childhood.
Growing up, I was around so much, between the music business and, everything. But, I was sitting back, gaining all that knowledge.
2020, but I can't sing 20, but I can't sing
Dallas. Play whatever you want to play, baby.
Just looking at my beautiful son. Boy, you's a beautiful black king.
In June last year, Diddy's stepson Quincy Brown celebrated a milestone birthday and rang in another year around the sun in an epic fashion. The actor was the guest of honor at a star-studded Dirty 30th soiree held at a swanky Beverly Hills estate hosted by his rap mogul stepfather. In Diddy's household, partying, booze, and girls and men are the order of the day. And Quincy grew up in the full glare of his dad's epic party life, something that he claims ruined his childhood.
Baby, just let it go right before we get started. I know you're frustrated and that you're sick of love.
During Quincy's previous celebration, it was revealed that the birthday bash was like none other, with robots performing on trampolines, a dance-off with Chris Brown, food trucks, and a special video from The Rock. If there is one thing we have to give Diddy, then it has to be throwing parties. Quincy knows that he grew up under extraordinary circumstances. Speaking with people about the new Paramount Plus series Family Legacy, narrated by the rapper, who also appears with brothers Christian King Combs and Justin Dior Combs to talk about their dad, Sean Diddy Combs, the budding artist says witnessing the hard work his whole life has been inspiring. I think I've been a sponge, and now I do so much, he tells of Diddy, whom he met as a child when the producer began dating late model Kim Porter. One of my passions, I'm very much into the art of acting, and then there's music. But just seeing how he's able to handle and juggle all these things, I took that from him as my most major takeaway. But as they say, there are always two sides of a coin. While admitting publicly that he has had a soft life, behind the scenes, the eldest son to music producer Al B sure claims what he witnessed in Diddy's household as a child took away his innocence. Though Quincy split his time between sides of his family in New York and Georgia as a kid, he got the full experience of growing up under the hip-hop mogul's wing when he and his siblings would join Diddy on tour. I think my pops felt safer with us there, no matter what it was. He needed his family there, and I think having your kids as your road dogs was a win-win. It made everything go better, says Quincy. The 32-year-old is also interested in ushering new talent into the industry, with sights set on his 16-year-old twin sisters, Delilah Starr and Jessie James, whom he features in the video for his latest single, Face Off.
Good morning. Can I help? Yes. What are y'all doing?
We don't need no contracts, no paper, but I'm my sister's manager, he laughs. I'm like the uncle, dad, manager, protector. I'm claiming it. I want to be able to really guide them. I want them to really know the layers of everything you can do. They've expressed to me their passions where they see themselves. So I'm kind of bringing them along on my ride a little bit because in a minute, it's going to springboard into their own journey. Quincy is trying to protect his younger siblings from what he and his elder brother witnessed as kids, the sultry everyday parties hosted by their dad. The singer also revealed that welcoming baby sister Love Sean, now 7 months to the family, has been incredible. It's a beautiful thing to see life in front of you, he shares, especially at the age that I'm at. It's not like being 10 or 15 and seeing a baby. Now I got baby fever, he laughs. I'm about to have a baby. Quincy's self-proclaimed baby fever is also spurred by his desire to, like Diddy, keep his mom's legacy alive. Porter died of pneumonia in 2018 at the age of 47. What young Quincy claims to have witnessed in Diddy's house has been confirmed by several sources, including Usher. The multi-platinum selling recording artist visited the Howard Stern Sirius XM show in 2016 and spoke about his early career with Bad Boy, attending Puffy Camp, the upcoming Hands of Stone film, and much more.
And I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
Usher and Stern had a pretty incredible conversation about his rise starting from the days of being on Diddy's Bad Boy record label. The legendary singer told Stern that he went to Puffy's Flavor Camp, which was how he would learn to become a star.
Place was like just filled with chicks and orgy.
Initially, Puffy brought a bunch of women into a room with 14-year-old Usher to see if he would become nervous. Usher said that he won that battle. He also revealed that he was a 14-year-old kid singing about sex when he had never had sex at that point in his life. He also hung around artists like Biggie Smalls, Lil' Kim, Faith Evans, and much more. Usher also revealed that his agenda was a little different, and he also spoke about talking to Jay-Z, who was quoting lyrics from Usher's first album. During his stay at Diddy's house, Usher has allegedly revealed that he witnessed gay parties, and there are rumors that he is a victim of such parties himself. Recently, a TikTok video was released that featured interviews of rappers and singers speaking about Puff Daddy's crazy and reported all-men parties in different interviews and questions about the rapper's heterosexuality.
So I followed him the whole time. I remember watching Puff at the Beverly Hills Hotel, filming this, and it's a pool party that is ridiculous, man.
The video opens with Jamie Foxx being interviewed and speaking about Sean Puffy Combs' secret parties that supposedly featured young men. Rappers like 50 Cent made fun of Puffy regarding the types of parties he'd make where there were all men and supposedly even younger men, as it happened with Usher when he went to Flavor Camp. The video also has an interview when Howard Stern and co-host Robin Quivers interview the R&B singer Usher about his beginnings in New York City when he went and lived with Puff Daddy when he was a teenager, and addressed the parties and celebrations that they had at the so-called Flavor Camp. Without being too specific, Usher spoke about how he got to know the lifestyle, but did not know if he would participate and indulge since it was pretty wild. Later in the video, it was suggested that Sean Puffy Combs and Usher used to share a bed when Usher was just 10 years old, and they would wrestle for Frosted Flakes. So if the likes of Usher, what went on in Diddy's household, of course, Quincy did as well. You see, in the early 90s through to the noughties, Diddy was in a serious relationship with Quincy's mother, model Kim Porter, who tragically died in 2018. Kim and Diddy were one of hip-hop's darling couples, much like Beyonce and Jay-Z, and the Bad Boy Records boss had no problem taking in her son from a previous relationship. In fact, it appears he did it without a second thought, instantly building what would become their expansive family unit. Quincy's biological father is R&B singer Al B. Sure, and you only need to look at Quincy to see that the apple doesn't fall far from the tree in terms of their physical resemblance.
To be loved by anyone.
But the star actor's primary father figure was Diddy, who took him in when he was around 3 years old and raised him as his own. This is a sign of just how much Diddy truly loved Kim, who was also mother to Christian, Delilah, and Jesse. It wouldn't be a stretch to assume that growing up in a famous household with perks and many famous aunts and uncles, such as Mary J. Blige and Jay-Z, meant Quincy had a super privileged life. But all that came at a cost. Something he confirms as he once revealed, growing up, I was able to be exposed to different things which create who I am today. Everything that I've been through, all the cities that I've grown up in, all of that creates the person you see.
Are you close with your dad at all?
I am, nowadays, but not as much as I'm, as close with Puff.
While Quincy was provided with a tight-knit family made up of his mom, adopted dad, siblings, and grandmother, his relationship with his biological father, Al B. Sure, was initially strained over the years and highly publicized. In 2008, Quincy published an open letter to his biological dad, accusing him of being an absentee father. Sean Combs is the person whom I look up to and appreciate as a father, Quincy wrote in the piece published by Global Grind. He is the one who helped mold me into the person I am today, and I will always try to live up to his expectations. He has always been supportive of me, and I will forever love and respect him. As for Al B. Sure, he added, throughout my life, I've always wondered about him. Where was he? What was he doing? And most importantly, was he even thinking about me? The absence of my father has given me a better understanding of what type of man I am going to be, before crediting his mother's love, support, guidance, and strength. The open letter created the space for dialogue between the estranged father and son, with Al B. Sure issuing a public response, stating that he was confident he and Quincy would work it out. He was right, as they have since reconciled and are in a much better place after working to build their relationship. It was just a figuring out of things. It wasn't a transition or anything like that, Quincy said of having both his biological and adopted fathers in his life. While publicly receiving praise from his children, Diddy has also been accused of being a terrible dad, especially when it was alleged that he dated Lori Harvey, his own son's ex-girlfriend. What do you think of Quincy's thoughts on Diddy? Let us know in the comments section below. And that's it from us today. Until next time, thank you for watching.